Welcome to another playthrough on my channel. This is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for the Nintendo GameCube. It's a slightly creepier Zelda game than normal, and it takes place shortly after Ocarina of Time. So let's go ahead and get on with this. Alright, so as always I'm going to name Link what I always name Link. Peter Pan! Alright, let's do this. It's quite a long game as well. In the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend held dearly by the royal family that tells of a boy. A boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land that had made him a legend. Done with the battles he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey. A journey in search of a beloved and invaluable friend. A friend with whom he parted ways when he finally fulfilled his heroic destiny and took his place among legends. Alright, so we're just casually strolling through the Lost Woods. And I think we may be lost. We're searching for Navi, or as I like to call her, Tinkerbell. And she seems to have disappeared. She's nowhere to be found, so we're searching for her. Is that Tinkerbell by any chance? Unfortunately not. Just two fairies. But who do they belong to, I wonder? As you can see, we've gone back in time to being Kid Link, and we're just strolling along on Epona. We never could ride Epona as a kid in Ocarina of Time, but now we can. And as fun as it was, we're now on the floor. That's our Epona ride done with. Okay, there you are. This is Majora. Currently possessing what we know as the Skull Kid from Ocarina of Time. We did actually come across this guy. Yeah, he seems to be under the influence of the mask. It's a very evil, powerful mask. And Majora, or the Skull Kid, whatever you want to call this character, is a bit mischievous. Very, very, very cheeky. Causes a lot of damage as well. And steals stuff as well, like our Ocarina. And that creepy laugh is always chilling. So one of them's called Tail. And the other one is called Tattle, I think. But Majora is just casually playing on the ocarina, not very well. And we're like, you know, we're super pissed. We're not impressed right now. You could see it in Link's face just then. And he's like, give it back! So now Majora takes off with the Ocarina of Time and our pet horse, Epona. And we're just holding on for dear life, taking some major friction damage against the floor. This is not a fun time. We're going further and further into the Lost Woods. Not a very, very good place to be. That might be the tree trunk that we saw Majora on, thinking about it, or the Skull Kid rather. But yep, Majora's got the Skull Kid, Skull Kid's got the Ocarina and Epona, and we're just kind of left in the dirt now. It's a really, really unfortunate time for us. But there's no time like the present, we have to get moving. And one thing that you will notice about Link, they've kind of added some new jumps to the mix, which you'll see here actually. I think they put these here straight away, so that you can see how he jumps. You see that? Kind of like some, you know, some flips and some sideways jumps. It's pretty cool. And then we just end up here. And this is where our world gets completely and utterly shaken up. I don't know what the hell happens here. We enter some kind of parallel world. This reminds me of something out of Alice in Wonderland. And we just drop down here. We didn't die, or did we? I have no idea. But we're just down here in the middle of nowhere now. And Majora says, what's with that stupid horse of yours? It doesn't listen to a word that's said to it. There's no point in riding a thing like that, so I did you a favour and got rid of it. He. I don't know what he means by that. I have no idea what he means. There is a lot of speculation around what happened to Epona. Some people think that Epona's dead. Some people think that Epona's not dead, because we come across a horse later on that looks exactly like Epona. But because this is a parallel world, there's a lot of duplicate people. There's a lot of people that we saw in the world of Ocarina of Time, so it's a little bit weird. This game is very sick and twisted, I find. Especially this part here. We get ambushed by a bunch of Deku shrubs. And we're running away from some sort of giant Deku shrub now. We cannot escape. We're under Majora's spell, essentially, I think this is. And we get turned into one. We're pretty much a Deku shrub now. Yeah, it's not very fun. We can't take the mask off either. This is part of who we are now. And we're going to have to stay this way for a little while. We can't return to Kid Link. Not just yet. And unfortunately we're getting picked on by fairies as well. It's been a really, really, really bad day for Link. So now the fairies get separated. The door closes down. And we're left with one of them. Yeah, that ain't karma a bitch. Yep, Tail's gone, and the Skull Kid's gone. So unfortunately you're stuck with me. And I'm not very happy because you were just picking on me. And apparently it's our fault that they got separated. Naturally. Right, so this is kind of going to be our Tinkerbell for the series. This one's called Tatil. I think that's how you pronounce her name. That's a little bit weird. The grass actually runs away from you. Even the grass doesn't want to be our friend. I don't understand that. But nothing in this game kind of makes sense. It's just a really, really strange game. But there is something enjoyable about it. Oh, you're apologising now. Yeah, alright. Well, maybe I don't want it. Maybe I just want to go and get my skin back. Okay, well, just like in any Zelda game, we always pretty much have a partner. And yeah, this one is called Tatil. Now I'm just going to call her Tatil. I think that's how you pronounce the name. And of course, if she figures something out, we have to press up on the C-stick, and Link's like, ah, not this shit again. So we can use these little pads here on the ground. And we've kind of gained the ability to glide over to things using propelling flowers. Pretty cool, nifty ability. As you saw earlier, I did like a little mini spin attack. You can do that to get some speed and to, you know, move around a bit quicker. But it also does damage as well, so it's kind of cool. Now there is a chest over there, and in that chest is some Deku nuts, I think. And we haven't received them yet, so I might as well go and grab some. The first item that we get in the game. We've lost our Ocarina of Time, we've lost Epona, but who cares when we've got the Deku nuts? One of the most useful items in the game. Just like Ocarina of Time. Many, many, many broken uses for this item. And you can also drop one like that. And it can stun enemies below. We will probably have to do that at some point in the future. Because that proves to be a very effective move. Only just give you enough time for that one. And that guy over there, yeah, he's kind of stuck here now. He's got a pretty dark story. Let's go ahead and talk to you. We're pretty much the spirit of this guy. It's a little bit complex, but we take on the forms of many dead people. And I'm pretty sure we're taking on the form of this guy here. Kind of dark, really. Very, very dark game. But again, something quite enjoyable about it. Now here's when things get even more twisted. Just when we thought that our world couldn't get turned upside down anymore, we're sort of entering Termina. Now this is the parallel world that I was talking about. It's basically like Hyrule Field, but it's called Termina Field, and everywhere is a little bit different. Well, actually a lot different. And we've got a chance of dying if we don't turn back time within 3 days. You'll get the gist if you haven't played this game before, but yeah, this game's all about time. And how the heck did the Happy Mask Salesman get here? Seems to be everywhere, doesn't he? But he's a bit of a traveller, so he's been following us this entire time. It seemed that that Skull Kid's got the Majora's Mask, and it just so happens to be this guy's. Who would have thought? So he knows a way for us to return to our former self, but of course there's a quest involved. There's always something that we have to do to get something in return. People in these Zelda worlds, they can't just be nice people and give us a free item. No, we have to earn it. I suppose that is the way of life. He must leave this place in 3 days, yep. He knows something. He knows something. What do you know, Happy Mask Salesman? How the heck do you know all this stuff? But yeah, first character model that we encounter, and they're all over the place. They're all here, all the people that we encountered. Now as you can see, it's dawn of the first day. We have 72 hours remaining. What the heck does that mean, you may wonder? So here we are. We're in Clocktown. First place that we start off in the game. 3 days, yep. I'm going to show why we have 3 days, just in a second. Because there's something above us that is always looming at us. It's always kind of looking down at us when we're going throughout this entire game. And just kind of creating stress really for us. Look up there, where is that? Look at that thing. That is incredibly creepy. That is the moon. Now basically, the moon is going to kill us. That is the general gist of Majora's Mask. The moon is falling. Everyone's kind of looking up at it, but they don't really take notice until the last 24 hours when things start getting really kind of intense. You start hearing the rumbling in the sky and all that kind of stuff. So the reason I've just got this fairy is because we need it to go to the Great Fairy's Fountain. It's a little bit different this game. The Great Fairy Fountain, you can't just go there and get a free item either. You have to do something in return to get an item, even from the Great Fairy herself. So we have to collect these fairies. Now in Clocktown there's only one that you have to collect, which is good because in the dungeons there are these fairies lurking all over the place, and you have to collect every single fairy to get a cool item. Maybe it's double health, maybe it's a magic meter, extension. There's a lot of things that you can get from the Great Fairy, but you have to collect fairies in order to restore her power. So yeah, we kind of have to earn our place here in this world. There's a lot of extra work involved in playing through this game. Now that guy down there spinning around in circles is a bit of a creep, just to put it simply. And he's got his own little game collection going on as well. This is Tingle. He sells us maps, so we can buy maps. So again, you know, you don't really even get free maps. You have to buy maps. Kind of crazy. But thankfully we get to keep them forever. We don't lose them, like we will do in 3 days. I'm going to explain more about that as we go, but first of all let's go ahead and grab the upgrade that we're going to get from the Great Fairy. The maps are actually free in the dungeons though. That is one thing I'll say. Alright, so you're the fairy with golden hair, and I think you're going to give us a magic meter if I remember correctly. Because, yeah, we need the magic meter. Because as Deku Link, we can do some sort of like bubble blast move that we're going to need in a second. So it's kind of essential that you do this part really. There's not really anything else you can do in this place apart from doing this little thing right here. Getting the magic meter. Okay. Bubble blasts, yeah. Basically blowing bubbles and killing enemies and blowing stuff up. It's a pretty cool little ability. Alright. Thank you for your help once again. You're always helpful in every single Zelda game. I highly appreciate that fact. Alright, so let's go and give this bubble blast move a go. So as you can see, there's 2 balloons here actually. Tingle is floating upon one of them. I don't know why he's doing that, but this kid is shooting up at this Majora's Mask balloon. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Oh, a little bit too low. Let's try a little bit higher. There you go. And the kid's like, what the fuck? And I was like, it's me. So what the heck happened to your face? So these guys, there's about 5 of them around this place, and they're going to play hide and seek with us. So what we have to do now is we have to find all 5 of them. There they are. They're all identical. But it doesn't matter, once you've found them, they stay in place, you don't have to keep finding different ones. It's not like the little Cuckoo game in Lon Lon Ranch and Ocarina of Time. You just basically find them like this. This guy's very easy to find. And then I think the second one is actually in this area as well. I think he's just over here somewhere. Where are you? There you are. So that's 2. And we do get quite a lot of speed advantages here, because the spin actually gives you quite a nice bit of distance. It's kind of like the roll in Ocarina of Time actually. You just get that extra little bit of a push. Now we actually have to use one of them flower pads to get this next one, because he's on a bit of a higher up platform. So we got to scare him down. He should... Oh, you're over there this time, okay. Alright, I didn't know that. Normally he's actually over here, but it looks like... Oh wait, there's another one there. Oh, okay, alright, I get it. Oh, maybe it's slightly random. I thought they always stayed in the same place. I guess I was wrong. Well, I know where they mostly are anyway. They normally shift between locations. But this guy with the chicken is normally where the other one just was. And it's just going to glide down like that. Thankfully though, we can pretty much catch him immediately when he comes down like that. And there's only one more to find, and this guy normally is in the same location, so hopefully he's still there. But it does help if you know where these guys generally are. I think they do generally stay in them locations. Hey, where you going, Mr. Postman? The postman in this game is incredibly quick. Look at him there, running on the spot. This is crazy. But there's the other one, just up there. And then we get a code. We need a code to get into a little place that we need. And this guy here, or girl, I never know the gender of this one. It's kind of weird, I know. But they're a bank. And we store our money in there. I know that's a little bit weird. There's never really been a banking system in this game, but there is one now. Because at the end of 3 days, you lose all your money. It's a little bit kind of strange. But 3 days, you lose everything. And you'll see why very, very soon, actually. So they don't like us. They think that because we're a scrub, we're not really worthy, but they're going to give us the code anyway. So, yeah, tell me what the code is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was actually jotting it down on my phone because I thought it was going to be one of them random codes that, you know, you don't always remember that easily. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've never had a code so easy in this game, like, ever. That's going to be very easy to remember. You have to say the secret code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is unbelievable. You guys didn't think too long and hard about that one, did you? Alright, whatever. Jeez, okay. I thought it was going to be something like 5, 4, 1, 2, 3 or something else, but 1 to 5? Jeez, I mean, alright, fair enough. They've got the mind of a kid, I get it, but jeez, even kids aren't that stupid. Right, anyway. Another Majora's Mask balloon. I don't know who's blowing these things up and just leaving them everywhere, but I'm getting rid of it because it gives me the creeps. Okay, so this is a little bit of a colourful, interesting place. We come across this scarecrow dude. And I'm going to come down and speak to him in a minute. All I'm going to do first of all though is go up here because this is like a little telescope area. We get to look for a telescope and see Termina Field and the moon in the sky even as well. So let's go ahead and talk to this old guy. Maybe he'll give us permission to have a go. Not going to charge me like 200 rupees to have a go on your telescope, are you, old man? I sure as heck hope not. Kind of looks like Einstein a little bit. So this guy's going on about a moon's tear. They're quite rare, but Not today, apparently. So we just look around the field. A little bit mad, but this is the whole area. So why is you down there? The heck are you doing on there? I have no idea why he's on there. But sometimes you see some really weird shit going on the field. Some very random stuff, like there's another guy down there as well. What are you people doing out there? I've never noticed that before. I hope my game isn't bugged. I'm not going to come across a random sign saying Ben drowned soon, am I? Jeez, alright, yeah, but let's look up at the the top of the clock tower there. And there's Majora. And there's the moon. They updated the way the moon looks in the 3DS version. I have to say though, it's not a bad improvement. I am actually quite happy with the way they made it look. I'm always skeptical when they change the way that something looks in a game for a remake, but that was actually a good upgrade, I have to admit. It's like, did you see anything? Did you see anything at all? I've been waiting here for 20 years to see something interesting in this telescope. You didn't see a moon's tear, did you? You would tell me if you saw one. No, I didn't see anything, but I'm gonna go outside to get some air because you're kind of creeping the hell out of me. But there is a moon's tear here. Its sparkling beauty radiates rather strangely. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so the reason I said I was going to talk to the Scarecrow is because the Scarecrow passes time. And we have to get to that clock tower on the final day, basically. And this is a very quick way of doing it, because we don't have the Ocarina of Time to speed up time for us. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to find out later on in this game, but this guy will pass time for us. There are some people in this game that will pass time for you. Damn it, I actually do want to, hang on a second, dude. Give me a minute. I want to talk to you. Yes, let's dance until nighttime. Hey, they put the no right at the top. Who's to say I don't want to dance, damn it? Don't assume what I like and what I don't like. Giving me the same options as the owl for Ocarina of Time. Giving me yes and no, back to front, in some sort of order that only you like. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, there's some characters in this game that pass time for us. Some that involve quests, that kind of stuff. But we can use the Ocarina of Time to slow time down and speed time up. So what I'm going to do is, once again, keep on dancing with this Scarecrow. This is actually saving us both a lot of aggro and time. So, night of the final day. Yeah, he says it's getting kind of dangerous. So he's probably going back to Hyrule Field. Maybe there's a secret passage underneath that little bit of dirt that he's standing on. That would be really twisted, actually. Even more so than what this game currently is. But we're just going to go ahead and get the hell out of here now. Because we actually have to go back to that clock tower. And you have to make sure that you have the moon's tear for this, because otherwise you're going to kind of be in trouble. You will find out. It's a little bit of an annoying thing to get held up by as well if you need the time to go back and get the moon's tear. So as you can see, Deku Link is jumping over the water. That's because if you stay sort of on top of the water for 5 jumps, you drown. So Deku Link doesn't like water. That is one thing that he definitely doesn't like. And another one is we're very sort of easy to catch a light to. So we can't really touch fire because it will kill us. It's not very fun. Now the last thing that we've got to do is go back over to South Clocktown and come over to this slightly different coloured flower pad, because this actually belongs to a merchant. This guy here. And these guys are all over the place in this game. We actually come across more than one of these. And it's actually part of a side quest that we can do later on as well. So, what the heck do you want? This guy is, you know, he wants a gift for his girlfriend, basically. He would really like a moon's tear. So this is what I'm talking about. You need a moon's tear for this part of the game. So there you go. There's a moon's tear. Can I have your house now? Must have been a pretty important moon's Must have been a pretty important item for him to give up his house. Okay, so we can trade this this deed for another deed, and that is part of the side quest that we can do later on. Gets us a lot of heart pieces. And health can be important in this game because there are some really tough enemies that we face later on, including some really powerful bosses. So the last thing that we've got to do is head over to this piece of heart that's just freely sitting there for us. Alright, now first piece of heart in the game. What a lovely moment. Now this is the door that only opens up at midnight at the eve of the carnival. So we have to wait here until our time is up. So let's wait. So as you can see, above the moon icon, the number 11 is there. That means it's 11 o'clock, and the sun is nearly meeting in line with that to turn it to 12 o'clock midnight. So there we go. Midnight has just hit, and the fireworks are going off, the party is getting started, and the doors are going to open for us. This entire clock tower shifts and changes itself. Bit of a cool contraption. Looks like something that clown dude would have made out of Twilight Princess. The guy that messes with all them cannons and stuff. So this staircase drops down for us. And it takes us to the top platform where the Skull Kid is basically hiding out. Don't stop now. Yeah, I wasn't planning to. We've got 6 minutes until the end of the world, damn it. Because that moon is coming down, and it is not stopping. It will actually destroy the world, and it will be a game over if you let that happen. Look how close that thing is. That is simply terrifying. Can I have my Ocarina of Time back now, please? I think you've embarrassed me enough. You may have killed my horse, and you've stolen my Ocarina. I've had a pretty bad freaking day, to tell you the truth. I played hide and seek with some kids that didn't know how to put a good password on their secret hideout. Can you just, do me a favour and give me my instrument? Maybe I can, play for some money on the streets? Anything? Oh dear. So Tattle's basically finding sense now. The Skull Kid is a bit of a douchebag at the moment. And just hit her brother, so... I think the fairies are kind of getting the message that this guy is, kind of a bad guy. And just when you thought that things couldn't get any worse, he decided to speed up the process. And Link's like, oh, damn it. I have to do something. Bubble Blast. Kind of temporarily stuns him, he drops the Ocarina. And now's your time to get it as quickly as possible. Where is that bad boy? There it is. Whoa, there we go. I got the Ocarina of Time back. Yay! Now I can start earning some money on the streets. I don't have a house anymore, I lost that, that got burnt down thanks to you, Skull Kid. It probably did anyway. It was just outside of the Lost Woods. Now thankfully Ocarina of Time, Hyrule World is safe. That's a pretty safe place for us. But we're not there, we're here. So we have to kind of go through this world now. But this is like a little flashback with Princess Zelda. We're going to sort of, I don't know, re-remember the Song of Time. And believe me, it's the only reason that you're going to get through this game. So thanks Princess Zelda for being one of the kindest and important characters in this entire series. Alright. If we didn't have this song, there would be no way of actually finishing this game. Not at the start anyway, because you have to go back to the first day to actually prevent the world from ending. So we only had 5 minutes before that moon crashed into the Earth. The Song of Time returns us to day 1. So we've got the Goddess of Time protecting us. If we play the Song of Time, she will aid us. That is a pretty darn powerful song, I have to admit. Okay. Getting that old Ocarina back isn't going to help us? Seriously? Right, well now, let's go ahead and prove her wrong. Let's equip the ocarina of time. Now it takes on the form of a different instrument. Because we're Deku Link, we get these trumpets. So let's go ahead and use these. And it even sounds like it looks. Which obviously makes sense. I don't know how the ocarina changes to the trumpets though. I have no idea. But that basically saves the game for us and returns us to the dawn of the first day. It's a very, very useful song, I have to admit. So none of this that we just did ever happened. And those 10 Deku Nuts that I had, they're gone. All my rupees as well, they're all gone. Because 3 days ago, according to the logic in this game, we didn't have them items. So we end up with basically just nothing. Even our horse. Our horse still remains gone. We don't get Epona back. That kinda sucks. He's like, hey, how's it going? You got my mask back yet? No, I haven't. But I've got another 72 hours to do that. That's pretty cool, right? Isn't it? Okay. So, as you can see, everything is back to normal. The world is unharmed. The moon hasn't come crashing down. And if we take a look up at the sky, you'll also notice that it isn't as close as it was before. It's all the way back up there again. So this whole game involves a time element. We have 72 hours in-game to basically save the world. And if we don't have enough time, we have to go back to day one and do the things that we couldn't do before. So 72 hours does put a bit of a stress element. It does make the game more challenging. And it just makes the game, I don't know, a lot more intense, I think. Now to save the game, we have to go and see the Happy Mask Salesman. Because we can't save our game unless we talk to this guy, believe it or not. So, yeah, I'm really sorry, but we didn't get back the mask. He's like... He thinks that we've got the mask. So we have to play this song. Now this is a very important song because, as I previously said, we were going to stay as Deku Link for a little while, but we no longer have to because we've learnt this song. This is the Song of Healing. And it also helps us. We're going to be using this song to help other people out throughout this game, but it does actually help us out as well. We're now able to finally return to being Kid Link. But we can return to being Deku Link if we want. We're just kind of saying bye to this giant Deku shrub. And now it's completely optional. You can go back to being Deku Link if you want. You just put on the mask whenever you like. And we will have to at some point, but there we go. We're back to being normal Kid Link. What a darn relief that is. So, it wasn't the agreement, but we've got the mask as a reward. But he kind of thinks that we've got his Majora's mask back. And unfortunately for him, we haven't. Not yet. So we'll have to come back another time and grant his wish. Now I have fulfilled my promise to you, so please give me which you promised me. Yeah, about that. Don't tell me. My mask. You did. Get it back, didn't you? What are you playing at? Where's my mask? And he just like strangles you to death and starts going completely insane. He's got the most freakiest eyes on that he's ever had before. He's never looked like this. Still got the smile on, but he's crazy angry. And he gives us a little bit of history on the Majora's Mask, telling us that it's basically evil, which we've already got the gist from. And yeah. We kind of already know this stuff. Majora is controlling the Skull Kid. The Skull Kid is going to end up killing us all. That's the general gist of this game, but we have 72 hours to prevent that from happening. And there's 4 places that we have to go to, 4 pretty big places that we have to go to in order to prevent this whole outcome from ever happening. That's why Tail was telling us about the 4 places, and Majora got annoyed, because if we go there and we bring the forces of, I don't know, these characters over, they'll stop the moon from crashing down on us. I'm really sorry, Happy Mask Salesman, please don't look so unhappy. It's completely out of character for you. Jeez, I'm gonna get the mask back. Alright, okay. I feel like adding some rock music to that. Ah, jeez, alright. I will do it for you. I will do it. I will certainly do it for you. Okay. What is it with you snapping into different positions without moving to them slowly? It's very, very unsettling. Right, so if we just go outside, we're going to go ahead and save our game now. Now the way you save this game is not quite the same and as easy way as is in Ocarina of Time. There's a statue around the side of this clock tower that we have to go to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly show off what I mean. There's this little owl statue here that we have to hit with our sword. And what it basically does is activate the owl statue for us, and that pretty much allows us to save our game. You can save your progress here. Okay, yep. And I'll quit playing because this is the Nintendo GameCube version. But guys, this is going to be where I'm leaving part 1 of my playthrough. I do hope you guys are enjoying the choice of playthrough, and I hope to see you in part 2 of Majora's Mask. Alright guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.